let's talk about the Akashic Records. I was asked about the Akashic Records a few days ago. Somebody asked me if I know what it is. Of course I do. Do I believe in it? That's where my answer had to go a little bit off of what he may have thought I would say. Because many people just assume that the Akashic Records, which is said to be a dimension of all knowledge, past, future, and present, that exists, if you didn't know. Many people are under the belief that either you believe in the Akashic Records or you don't. It's not that straightforward. When we are talking about truth, things are never that straightforward because we are using the mind more often than not to try and understand it. Because not many people just want to sit in silence, which would be like a good shortcut to truth. So the Akashic Records, yes, I don't even want to say believe, really. Know that all information does exist right now, past, future, and present. And all of this information is available to you right now. Yes, 100%. You can label it Akashic Records if you wish. But my friends, try not to see it as a dimension that you can actually perceive in some way, anyway, or actually travel to in some way, anyway. It's not like that. We have to go a bit deeper now. We have to start from the source. The source of reality is not your mind and your body. How could it be? They are things that appear within existence and disappear within existence or melt into existence. So how can they be the source? When they are so limited, how can they be the source of all of existence? So something else is the source of existence itself. If it's not the body or the mind, if you are religious, it cannot be the spirit or the soul, because again, they are appearances. They exist as entities. So the source of all reality has to be boundless, has to be always present, always true. Within your experience, my friends, my fellow expressions of consciousness, what is always present? We just skipped past the body and mind. It's not your body and mind. Even during your life, sometimes you sleep and you have no awareness of the body and mind, yet something is still aware. That which is always aware, always on, always true within your experience, my friends. To use a label, obviously, pure awareness, pure consciousness. It's on right now. It's on when you are not aware of dreams, when you are sleeping. It's also on when you have a body and when you don't have a body. I've spoken about this in other videos, so maybe I'll link that video in the description because I don't want to make this video too long. But essentially what I just said there is you existed before your body and mind were formed. So this, but not as the body and mind personality, as the pure source. So this source that is always on within your experience, at least, we can call it awareness or consciousness. It's aware of this moment and it's also aware of the absence of dreams when you're sleeping. Okay, good. Do you agree? Do you know that you only dreamt for like 10 minutes of the night or 20 minutes? To know that is to know that you was also present when there were no dreams, for you to be aware. Oh yeah, it was only about 20 minutes. Are you aware of this moment right now? Of course you are. So that awareness that is not changing when the mind appears in a waking state and disappears when you're sleeping. That awareness, that background is at minimum the source of your experiencing. At minimum. So this being the source of your experiencing, this being distinct from the mind itself, the apparent bank of knowledge, this being that which the mind dissolves into and reappears from, is the Akashic Records, is the source of intelligence. For where else could mind receive knowledge from but the source of knowledge, the source of itself? You see, the mind isn't knowledge. The mind isn't an entity in and of itself that thinks, of course. There isn't you plus your mind. You as in your personality plus your mind. Your personality is your mind. But the mind is thoughts, feelings, sensations, memories. None of those things are conscious entities. Let me break this down. Went real deep, real quick there. Your thoughts do not think. Your emotions do not feel. Your memories do not remember. Your feelings do not feel. Your sensations do not sense. None of those things that you call your mind are that which experiences the world. What experiences the world is that which experiences the mind. You. So not the mental you now, the nameless you, the formless you, the source of the mind. So it's you. So it's not the mind that actually has intelligence. Or has the intelligence. The mind has intelligence, of course, but it's not that which has the intelligence. It doesn't hold it. It's not the bank of intelligence. Your phone has access to how much gold stocks there are right now in the world or roundabouts. But your phone itself isn't the source of gold. You don't go to your phone and grab bars of gold from it, do you? Similarly, your mind can show you intelligent thoughts, but the mind itself isn't the source of the intelligent thought. You don't go to the mind and then pick a thought. Let me pick some intelligence out. It appears, right? Within your mind. Because the source of the mind cannot be perceived. Just like the Akashic Records, you cannot perceive the Akashic Records. Because the mind cannot go there. Yet the mind gets its knowledge from there. It's like you go to the Akashic Records store, but because your mind is so limited, you can only take so much back with you to the world of humans. In fact, you can only take one thought at a time to think about. But if this right here, around here, this is the Akashic Records, this space around here, around in front of my face, the space in front of your face as well. If that is the Akashic Records, let's say, and your hand is the mind, do you see just how close the mind is to that which is around it, the source, the presence around it. So the mind can only get its knowledge from that which it is close to. And that which it is close to is that which the mind dissolves into every night. Pure infinite intelligence. Of course, the mind cannot comprehend it because the mind is not pure infinite intelligence. Pure infinite intelligence is so pure that it cannot be perceived. It's far too grand for the mind, which is also grand, to comprehend. So the mind just floats around, let's say, in this ocean of intelligence. And depending on the conditioning of the mind, this will determine what aspects of infinite intelligence it can comprehend to bring back into itself, into the person. And as we know, we can train the mind, of course. You can get more intelligent. So that is to say, you can alter your mind's capability to receive divine intelligence. And this is why, my friends, only trying to receive intelligence from what people tell you is true in a dogmatic way is going to limit you from really getting that true divine intelligence from the source. I'll try to wrap this up. So, Akashic Records, another name for infinite intelligence. As I explained, it is that which the mind gets its thoughts from, but the mind by definition is limited, so cannot comprehend infinite intelligence. But that's what it is. And remember, this source of the mind does not share the limits of the mind. The mind is in time always. So that's why I can say it is outside of time as well. Can you perceive that which is perceiving this moment? Of course not, because it's outside of perception. So it's outside of time, thus it's all times. Because it's all times, it's always now. Because it's always now, it has access to all bits of information. I'm just speaking really quickly now because my phone is about to run out. So, by the way, if you want a free spiritual guide, click the link in my bio. Other than that, thank you very much, my fellow expressions of consciousness. Have a wonderful day or evening. Peace.